Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is probably going to be quite the ramshackle video from me on my channel, because right now I am tuning in to a live stream of the grand final of this year's Melodifestivalen, which is of course the national selection for Sweden with regards to the Eurovision Song Contest, which this year will take place in Sweden for a third time, specifically in the city of Malmö. Now, I haven't watched this live stream. I haven't seen any of the performances. I will watch them in my own time. Rest assured I will be doing that. And I am purely tuning in to see who comes out on top. And I believe we are just a few minutes away from getting the results from the international juries. This could be quite a long video from me because I don't know how long it's going to take to get through these votes and the public votes, which I believe are still coming in as I talk to you now. I've been making videos about Melfest all season. My favourite coming into this year's final is Dotter, followed by Maria Sur and Jacqueline, although that is interchangeable. By no means is that ranking finite, and it will probably change moving forwards. And I am expecting Marcus and Martinez to win fairly comfortably this evening. It's a performance really that is all about the staging more than the song. I've said this previously. Medina second and Maria third, followed by Lianu, Jacqueline, Dotter, Smash Into Pieces, Cassiopeia, Danny Salcedo, Annika Vicky Halder, Jay Smith and Lisa Ajax last, unfortunately. That's a very, very rough prediction, which was made before I found out the countries involved in the international jury vote today. In fact, we are starting with Belgium, and there's 7 for Effortless. We're getting straight into this. I've got the volume turned down, actually, because I need to hear myself think. 8 points is going to Marcus and Martinez. Okay. They're not going to get 12 from everybody. 10 to Medina. And 12, is it going to be to Danny Salcedo? No, it's going to be to Cassiopeia. Yes. Well, I don't mind that song. I'm not sure it should be winning Melfest, but that's where the first 12 goes, to give my heart a break, from Belgium. Let's crack this open. Next up is Ireland. 3 to give my heart a break. 5 to Unforgettable. That's interesting. Eight points from the Irish international jury goes to Jay Smith. Well, that is straight out of an Irish national final, that song. 10 points are going to go to Danny Salcedo. That's Ireland being super basic. And I imagine 12 might go to... It should go to Effortless. Well, he's dragging this out. It's going to go to Medina. Ireland blanking Jacqueline, but Medina move out in front by a small margin. Lisa Ajax is last with 2 at this very early stage. I should apologise as well if you can hear my laptop whirring away in the background. That's purely because I am watching a live stream. Next up is Malta. 6 to Cassiopeia, who's doing very well here, it must be said. Maria is nowhere. Dotter is nowhere. 8 points to Medina from Malta. Thought they might have had the 12. I don't know who this guy is, but he's milking the moment. 10 to Annika Vicky Halder. My goodness. And 12 from Malta. Unforgettable? I'd be very surprised if not. Yes, 12 points to the Norwegian twins, moves them into second place. But very poor signs early on for It's Not Easy to Write a Love Song, and also When I'm Gone, which I thought would have been doing a bit better at this early stage. Next up is Serbia. Only 5 to Que Sera, so the votes are very well spread. It's a very open Melfest, to be honest with you. I'm not really fussed who wins. I'm not a huge lover of Unforgettable, even though it is my 4th favourite of this year's event. I don't love Que Sera. 8 points to Maria Sur. That's nice, moves her up a bit. 10 points are going to go to Annika Vicky Halder. My goodness. She's not going to stay that high up when the public points pour in. 12 points, surely to the twins. Yes, yes indeed. Yes indeed. That moves them out in front. Jacqueline, unfortunately, is right near the bottom here, and Dotter is last. I don't know when the juries voted. I have a feeling it was last night. And apparently Jacqueline was unwell. Nevertheless, they've judged her quite harshly here. There is the chap from Voyager giving the points for Australia. Nice to see him looking good. Only 4 to Medina again. Very, very tight at the top, it must be said. Very tight. Anyway, what a rambling video. 8 points to Dotter. Well, that's nice. That's nice. 10 points to Maria Sur. And I'd imagine the 12 points will go to the twins again here. Yes, maybe they're starting to pull ahead a little bit. They look about 13. They look so young, and they're really not. Not anymore, anyway. Dear me. Okay, oh, it's Iceland. Now, is he going to say something about their participation? Well, I can't hear a thing. Well, he's taking his time here. Okay, finally, 8 points go to Danny Salcero from Iceland. I think there might have been a slight bit of... Yeah, there might have been a bit of lag here. 10 points from Iceland are going to go to Jacqueline. Oh, very nice. And will Marcus and Martinez get the 12 from Iceland? Yes, yes, I think that is them. And they've pulled ahead here. Cassiopeia, though, is having a remarkable evening, because if I remember correctly, she wasn't really well thought of with the betting odds. So she's doing very well with the jurors, but she might come crashing back down to earth when the Swedish public marks come along. Now, Germany, who probably have no idea what makes a good song, I imagine these votes could be quite slipshod, but 3 for Lisa Ajax is nice. 8 points from Germany. Annika Vicky Halder, my goodness, she's doing remarkably well for what is a fairly bog-standard ballad. 10 points are going to Jacqueline. Okay, and 12 points again to Unforgettable. These juries have been blinded by the light-up corridor. Yes, that's a lead of 30 now. Looking good for them, it must be said. Looking good for them. I think we're on to the last jury. Oh, dear me. Apologies for the slight messiness of this video, but it is what it is. Cyprus are the last jury to cast their votes. And Lisa Ajax is going to finish last here. Dotter is nowhere. Maria Sur mid-table. Cassiopeia, that's a big surprise, you know. Mind you, I don't mind the song. 8 points from Cyprus are going to go to Lisa Ajax. Oh, Cyprus, you're straight in my good books. 10 points are going to go to Liamu. Wow. And Cyprus are going to give 12 points to the twins. That's a massive blow for Medina at the end. My goodness me. Now, I do think that I'm actually not watching this completely live. I think there has been a bit of lag. Here we are. They're now showing Jay Smith. This gives me an opportunity then to just talk about those performances over the past few weeks. Again, Lisa, you know, as I said in my last video, I love her voice. She's just never had that killer song, unfortunately. There she is on my screen now. Due to give birth in June. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Jay Smith, like his voice, song a bit of a letdown. Annika Vicky Halder, same deal. Danny Salcedo, so utterly generic. It shouldn't be anywhere near winning this thing. Cassiopeia, nice, colourful, joyous. Not sure it's good enough to win. Smash Into Pieces, not quite as good as their entry last year. Maybe playing it a bit too safe. Still good though. Dotter, unfortunately, is well out of it. That jury mark was really disappointing. And I don't think the Swedish public are going to go big for her either. But it is my favourite of the year at this moment in time. Jacqueline, fantastic. A new star is born, maybe. I think she'll be back next year. If not next year, then definitely the year after. She will be trying again. Liamu, same deal as Lisa. Not a bad singer, I suppose. Not a bad performer. But he's yet to have that killer song. Maria Sur, so much better this year than last year. Again, fabulous on that stage. Great vocals. Nice energy. But she's not winning this year now, as we can see. And then we've got Medina and Marcus and Martinez. Medina's song is, again, quite basic, it must be said. It really isn't anything groundbreaking, but it's a lot of fun. And unforgettable, sorry. It's very cold and sterile and clinical. You know, that's a little bit off-putting. I mean, here it is right now. It's a fairly decent pop song, but it's all about the choreography, it's all about the staging. Young girls will eat this up. Maybe a lot of other people will as well. I don't know. There's something very dull about it all. Even though I don't mind it. It's a strange one. Anyway, I'm also very briefly going to have a little look at what Twitter is saying. Not that I am spending much time on here at all. Yeah, there's not many comments here. Dotter is too good for Eurovision anyway. She's better than those two twinks. Big day for all the Nordic countries. Yes. Are they giving Katsi just points because she wrote tattoo? Because otherwise, what about that entry screams jury appeal? Well, you make a good point. Congrats to Sweden getting another 21 points in the televote. They are back to sending male mediocrity. Yes, indeed. Well, let me just... the marks are on my screen in front of me, so... I wouldn't say this prediction I made very roughly the other day is wildly inaccurate. Katsi's done a lot better than I expected, but then again, this is jury and public combined. Maria is not as high as I thought. It is very close, though. Really, it is very close. Annika Vicky Halder has done remarkably well. That's maybe one of the surprises of the year, absolutely. And Jacqueline's moved right up. She's 4th at the end of the jury voting. My goodness, I didn't even realise that. That's very nice to see. Very nice to see. Anyway, my God, I'm not even really looking at what I'm doing. What's happening in the show? Are they still showing a recap? I think they are. Carina Berg is the host. I don't know who these two people are. I don't care much for them, I'll be honest. Away from Sweden, very briefly, we now know all of the artists for this year's competition because earlier on we found out who's representing Armenia. That was earlier today. I'm really excited for that song. I'll be reacting to that on my channel, all being well, next week, because I imagine it will be next week when we get to hear it. We know the Azerbaijani singer. That was announced out of the blue very recently. And we also know a little bit more about the Georgian track, which I believe is being released on Monday or Tuesday. Again, there will be a video reacting to that song on my channel, all being well. Tomorrow, I believe it is Israel's turn. And it will be interesting to see how that song is received and whether people do react to it. I still don't know if I will yet. I'm leaning towards yes, I will be honest. Because if it is going to be involved, it's going to be nigh on impossible, in my opinion, to really talk about this year's contest without mentioning them at some point when you're making predictions, watching the show live, etc, etc. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens moving forwards. They're still chatting away here. Like I said, there could be a bit of a delay. waiting for these public results to come in. Yes, Jacqueline 4th on 40 points. That's nice, because she was lagging behind early on. I do expect Smash Into Pieces to rise a few places. I expect Danny to rise a few places. I expect Annika to fall a few places, and I expect Cassiopeia to also fall quite a few places as well. It's between Medina and Marcus and Martinez. It really, really is. I wouldn't say Medina's song is any better, though, than what they had a few years ago. Not really. They're now showing Bjorn and Christian Luke, former host of Melfest, of course. Is this the bit where he comes out and sings the song, Carina Berg? Because I believe he is doing that at some point if he hasn't already done so. Anyway, this is obviously being dragged out, and this is the problem with filming a video like this. I could edit it down, but I don't think I'm going to. I will put timestamps in the description so people can skip to the parts they want. It says here, these boys have zero personality and no charisma. There's a 26-point difference between second place and last place. There's a 39-point difference between first place and second place. It's not even a competition. Oh dear. Yeah, I have to say, I think the voting jury is blinded by the staging. You can't just vote on the staging alone. You've got to take into consideration everything else. The vocals, the charisma, I suppose, the likelihood that it could do well in Eurovision. Maybe you've even got that in the back of your mind if you're a voting jury member. Could this do well in May? Marcus and Martinez, top 10 in Malmö. Probably top 6. This is Sweden we're talking about, for crying out loud. You know this is going to be well liked by the juries in May if it gets to Eurovision in the first place, which is now looking likely. The public, on the other hand, might be a bit more dismissive. Certainly with Medina, I think the public arguably now like that song, Que Sera, more than Unforgettable. So should it be Medina who go to Eurovision, I think the public mark would be very respectful, whereas with Unforgettable it might be a big fat disappointment. You know, maybe no more than 60 or 70, whereas Que Sera could easily get over 100 from the public. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud here. What the hell is happening in the show now? Oh, here comes Bjorn with his acoustic guitar. So he's going to sing for a while. How shall I fill the time, dear viewers? How shall I fill the time? I think I'll load up... Well, actually, I could load up this, couldn't I? This gives me a good opportunity, because it is still related to Melodifestivalen, to tell you some of my favourite Melfest tracks over the years. And I do not blame you one bit if you are skipping this portion of the video just to skip to my reaction, perhaps my very underwhelming reaction, to the public results as they come in. I don't know why I pressed that. This is going to take a little while to load up. Dotter has been my winner of Melfest before, I think, with Little Tot. And she might have been my personal winner with Bulletproof as well. I know Victoria has been my personal winner of Melfest a whole bunch of times. Here we go. It's loading up this whopping great big spreadsheet, which is rankings of every Melfest of my lifetime, so 1993 to the present day. Here we go. It's on this page here. So, well, shall I go through them all? 1993 to the present day. Arvingana with Eloise. Gladys Del Pilar with De Vakrasta Jag Vet. Cecilia Wennersten with De Vakrasta, the best song Sweden probably never sent. One More Time with Den Wilde. Blonde with Bara Hon Älskar Mig. B.I.G. with Ingen Annan Väg. Charlotte Nilsson with Tusen år en natt, or Take Me to Your Heaven. Roger Pontare with Narvinda Narviska Mitt Namn, When Spirits Are Calling My Name. Friends with Lyssna till ditt hjärta. Mendes with Adrenaline. Fame, Give Me Your Love. Sarah Lufgren, I'd love for her to come back, but it's been many years. Som Stormen in 2004. Ödet var min väg by Nordman in 2005. Sing For Me, Andreas Johnson in 2006. The Worrying Kind by The Ark. Hero, Charlotte Pirelli. Hope and Glory, Måns Zelmerlöw. This Is My Life, Anna Bergendahl. Still love that song. Popular by Erik Saade. Euphoria by Loreen. Hello Goodbye by Erik Segerstedt and Tone Damley, which didn't even make the final in 2013. Neither did Glow by Manda, which actually finished last in one of the heats a decade ago. Heroes by Måns Zelmerlöw, Save Me by Victoria, As I Lay Me Down by Victoria, For You by Mariette. 2018 probably on par with this year in terms of Melfest diversity and quality, in my opinion. Not With Me by Victoria, Kingdom Come by Anna Bergendahl, Little Top by Dotter, Hold Me Closer Cornelia Jacobs, Tattoo by Lorraine, and this year, possibly, it is going to be Dotter with It's Not Easy to Write a Love Song, or Maria Sur. So the last time a solo male act was my personal winner of Melfest was almost a decade ago with Måns Zelmerlöw and Heroes. But there's so many great songs as well that I don't see anybody really talk about, like, if we go back a number of years, Swing Fly Me in My Drums, Salam Al Fakir, Keep On Walking, Timothée Com, BVO, Lay Your Love On Me, and Temple of Love, Andreas Johnson, A Little Bit of Love, Jimmy Jansson, who writes so many Melfest songs now, Vi Kan Sjunga, Carl Martindale, Love Turns Water Into Wine. If you're Swedish, you'll be aware of these songs, I'm sure. Martin, Du är så, Yeah Yeah Wow Wow in 1999, that's fantastic. Had all of the TVs on stage with him. Isa, Don't Stop and I Will Wait. It would be great if she came back. Malu Pritz, I've loved every song of hers really. Ballerina in 2020 especially. Yeah, some wonderful, wonderful tracks. Absolutely fantastic. If you're wondering what my last place of the last few contests, Melfest contests, have been, Dana Strawhead with Hallabaloo, Länge leve livet by Ava and Juva last year, and this year Min Melody by Melina Borglo. Are we getting the public results yet? No, Bjorn is still on stage. But yes, feel free to let me know in the comments your Melfest favourites, your thoughts about this year's competition in particular. Have you been disappointed or thrilled with the quality on offer? Who's your winner? If you watched the show this evening, let me know what you thought of it. I will be watching the performances on YouTube, or indeed here on SVT Play. I'll watch the whole show in full at some point. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. But yes, do let me know your thoughts on this year's Melfest, or indeed anything to do with Melfest in general. I am interested to know, and rest assured, more videos will be coming soon. Now, I think we are about to get the results from the public. So this could be very interesting, because Medina, even if they win the public vote, might still not have enough to beat the two brothers. I'd be very surprised, actually. There's Jacqueline, looking great. Danny Salcedo, I mean, he's not winning. He's not winning. Oh. Okay, Carina Berg is there on stage. She's just talking about a few bits and pieces. I still have the volume turned down. So, I think it is time. I think it is time we find out who wins. And of course, this will be in the final. No semi-final for Sweden this year as the host nation. And I should say Sweden is a semi-finalist for me, because last year Finland were my personal winner. So Windows 95 Man is an automatic finalist for me this year, if you see what I mean. Which is very disappointing, because I'm not a huge lover of that song. Anyway. Okay, Jay Smith is up first. For the record, I think I predicted about 155 points for the winning track, something like that. Jay Smith. This will be no higher than about 20. Can't imagine. Oh, wow. 26 points is not too bad for that song, actually. It's Not Easy to Write a Love Song. Oh, dear. Oh dear. Oh wow. 8 points. Dotter might finish last. Lisa Ajax. 11 points. Dotter is going to finish last. Wow, that's going to be a big talking point on social media. Smash Into Pieces. 40 something. That is very good. 59 points for Smash Into Pieces. They're not winning, but they're in first for now. Danny Salcedo with his ultra basic song. 40 points. He finishes on 74, so he will finish in mid-table mediocrity, dear viewers. There's Maria. She deserved a lot better from the juries, I think. What rubbish. 35. Oh my god, no better than last year, really. Come back next year. Liamu. Well, this is a song I think a lot of people do enjoy, but he's only going to get 45 points. Oh man, Marcus and Martinez have this in the bag, I think. Annika Vicky Halder. 25. Oh, mid-table for her as well. That's not bad. She'll be back. Jacqueline. She deserves about 50. 21 is crap, Sweden. Absolute crap. Medina. Well, this is the only one that can stop the brothers. 70 points. 61. That's only just above Smash Into Pieces. Oh, it's all over. It is so all over. There's no way. There's no way. It's all over bar the shouting. I mean, look at this. Cassiopeia, give me a break. Give my heart a break. She's not winning. Dear me. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a lot of disappointment about Maria's score and also Dotter's score on social media. There's no point really dragging this out. I've never understood this, because I think anybody with a brain cell knows what's about to happen. Cassiopeia. 32 in that region. .41 points. She has had a great year. A great year. Well, we know what's happening now, don't we? I mean, there's no way that Unforgettable doesn't win this. Oh, they thought they'd won there for a second. Joy Deb, Linnea Deb, they've written this. Co-wrote Only Teardrops, I think. They need 20 points, is that it? Come on. Come on. I think we know what's happening here. They're going to send Norwegians. Fair enough. They're like a less irritating Jedward. That's massive. 92. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's extremely generous, that is. Heavens above. Was it that good? Was it that good? Wow, 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 wow. Dear me. Dear me. Well, a very poor video from me, dear viewers, but I've been talking for nearly half an hour, and as we expected, it's unforgettable for Sweden on home soil this year, and they won by such a clear margin. I'm very surprised it was that comfortable. There was talk about Medina maybe doing it. In the end, not even close. Look at that. Maria Sur, and Jacqueline and Dotter. Wow, they all deserved a bit better. They all deserved a bit better. Cassiopeia finishing 4th is maybe a bit generous too. Liamu in 5th. All over the place. Is it me or is it deadly silent in the Friends Arena? I don't know. Anyway, time to shut up. I'll be back with another video very soon. Apologies for the messiness of this one and if there was any lag. Until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and see you again soon. Bye for now.